He ruled half the world and slept on the sand. The most powerful man who lived like a servant. In the early days of Islam, when empires rose on pride and wealth, there lived a man whose greatness came from simplicity. His name was Umar ibn al-Khattab, R.A., the second Caliph of Islam and one of the greatest leaders the world has ever known. Before Islam, Umar was feared, a warrior of unmatched strength and resolve. But after embracing Islam, his strength became justice. His pride became humility. When the Prophet ﷺ passed away, Umar stood beside Abu Bakr, ERA, defending Islam in its most fragile moment. After Abu Bakr's death, Umar became the second caliph, leading an ummah that stretched from Arabia to Persia and beyond. Under his rule, Islam expanded faster than any empire before it. Yet Umar ruled not through fear, but fairness. He introduced welfare systems, salaries for soldiers, courts of law, public treasuries, and the first organized census. He would walk the streets of Medina at night in disguise, checking if anyone went hungry under his leadership. Once, he saw a mother boiling stones to quiet her starving children. He cried, ran to the treasury himself, and carried a sack of flour on his back. When his servant offered to carry it, Umar said, "Will you carry my sins for me on the day of judgment?" That was the ruler of half the known world, feeding a poor woman with his own hands. He wore patched clothes, lived in a small house, and slept on the bare ground. Foreign ambassadors couldn't believe that this was the Caliph of Islam. When one found him asleep under a tree with no guards, he said, "You rule with justice, and so you sleep in peace." Under Umar's leadership, Jerusalem opened its gates peacefully. He refused to pray inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, out of respect, so Muslims would not turn it into a mosque. He protected Christians, Jews, and all citizens of the Islamic State. Justice had no religion, only truth. In 10 years, Umar transformed Arabia from desert tribes into a civilization built on mercy, law, and equality. Even his enemies admired him. They said, "The world fears Umar's justice more than its armies." In 644 CE, Umar was assassinated while leading prayer, a martyr in the place he loved most. He left behind no palace, no gold, and no throne, only a legacy of justice that still echoes through every courtroom, every ruler, and every believer who remembers that true power lies in humility.